What's good, y'all? DPD back at it again. And this one hopefully is a kind of shorter video. We'll see. Y'all know I can talk and not shut the fuck up. And this video is gonna be about mainly focusing on like the difference and how OGs are versus the people that are newer into the card game, MetaZoo, ones that came after the letter, ones that came once it got bought, a lot of different things. And a lot of there's some times where I see a sense of tribalism. I've seen it in other games and other scenarios. We saw it shit in fucking right when MetaZoo was still in business, like a tribalism of like collectors versus players, and it's just fucking stupid. Like, we all have a different part to play in this game. Let's just all get along. Like, we can disagree on certain things, like who's more the reason MetaZoo is where it is and who's not. Like, we can all disagree on that. That's fine. I don't give a shit. If you ask me, it's a hell of a lot more of a player base, and that's more where a lot of the money into the hobby came from, in my opinion, in terms of regular product. But and even secondary market, if the playable cards were bought a lot, obviously a lot of it was from players. Some of them were collectors that bought the playable cards to collect, like myself. Like, did I want to pay fucking $60 for like a native Wendigo? No. But that's the price it was at because it's hard to pull, it's a sick card, and it's also playable. Even now today, it's no longer playable because, in terms of like competitively, because they're not keeping the old cards gameplay, and it's still decently expensive, $45, $50. So that right there shows you the playability sometimes for certain cards doesn't matter, but it does impact prices. It does change what's higher, what's lower, especially if it's scarce. Like, players impact prices, collectors impact prices, and they both have a fucking part to do in the ecosystem at the end of the day. Like, fuck who does more, because there's always going to be one that does more. You ask me, collectors have spent more into the hobby and had more of an impact on prices. You can disagree with me, that's fine. I don't give a fuck. That's not what this video's for. It's just the tribalism that some people showed was fucking annoying. You can understand that both had a part to play in it. We're good. If you think only one, then you're just being ignorant. One is greatly over the other, in my opinion, but they both had a part to play in a lot of different prices for certain things. At the end of the day, you don't want to admit it, that's fine. I don't give a shit. But this tribalism, I'm worried, could happen a little bit in the new MetaZoo, and that's the tribalism of like the OG people, the people that were in there from the beginning or very early on, like myself. Not me saying I'm going to be part of the tribalism, but I'm just saying from my time frame, versus the people that just came in. It makes no sense to alienate, talk shit, or do any of that stuff with people who don't know better. A lot of those people don't fucking know Andy and Mike. They don't know they really exist. A lot of them just know Mike went bankrupt or Mike is the founder. That's all they fucking know. They don't know all the shit we saw. So what we can do as OGs is either just let it go, or we can constructively teach them some of the old happenings over time. You're not going to teach someone the fucking Rolodex of what happened with MetaZoo in a day. That's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to teach all these people all these things so quickly or in general. Even with, especially through text, like even in these videos, these videos are not going to reach the majority of MetaZoo fans. New, old, whatever. It's just not gonna. 99% or more. It's not gonna. Like, it's just not. Because I'm counting all those casual fans. It's just not going to as the game progresses. Like right now, I'd say a better chunk a decent chunk of like the fan base will watch like some of my stuff, but you also have the random people that don't give a fuck about MetaZoo that randomly watch it. And even this way, it's hard to explain everything that happened with Mike and Andy. You could talk about that shit for days. Screenshots and screenshots. I know some people in the community have fucking thousands of screenshots of everything that was ever said and done in the community, especially done by Mike and Andy in a negative way. And all these new fans ain't finna get that. And some of them, yeah, they're gonna talk out of their ass and they're not gonna know what the fuck they're talking about. 100% that's gonna happen. And some people are just gonna be annoying and stupid. That's gonna happen too. But wasting your energy on that shit when they don't know any better is just you wasting everyone's time. You're wasting their time, you're wasting your own time. Main thing is you're wasting your own time. It's not worth the argument, it's not worth the fighting. If you want to try to teach them how it was, cool. If you think they're disrespecting you and you're an OG and they shouldn't be talking to you like this, take your ego and fucking shove it up your ass. Like, it's not that deep. It's a fucking card game, for Christ's sakes. Y'all gotta relax. Some people just don't know any better. Like, everyone's on the internet. They think they can say things that they would never say in fucking person. You see me in person, I'ma tell you the same shit in person. I don't give a shit. Like, for the most part, I'll be respectful. I'll be cool with people. The people I don't like, I'll usually still. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to go to jail for shit. I will bite my tongue and not lose it, but you can tell and I'll make it clear I dislike you. I don't like you. I don't fuck with you. I don't want to deal with you and I'm not gonna. I'll make that abundantly clear. But a lot of these people just talk shit. They say shit because they're on the internet. For new fans, for old fans, you want to talk a big game, but if someone saw you in person, you ain't finna do shit. Like, let's not waste our time arguing and infighting. That's stupid. Like, today there was some fighting with one fucking newer fan. It's like, some of it I'm like, bruh, you're not helping your fucking case here. I'm trying to help you, and you just fucking digging your grave. And in other cases, I'm like, yo, y'all gotta like chill. Why you coming at this guy like so hard? It's not that serious. It's really not. In between the actual constructive conversation and like constructive criticism and good conversation that was seen, there was that randomly in between. And it's just like, dude, fuck the tribalism. Fuck, like, we're OGs. You don't know anything. You don't know as much. We're originals. You're fucking newer. You don't know all this stuff. Let's teach them over time. They ain't finna know it all in 2 seconds, okay? That's the main point of this video. Let's constructively teach people along the way what happened in the past, why you're so skeptical of the new MetaZoo, and that's fine. You can explain that and call it a day. They still don't understand at that point why you're skeptical, why you're cautiously optimistic about the new MetaZoo, why you're pessimistic. Fucking, oh well. Like, there's 12,000 people on that fucking server. You don't need to convince others anything. Like, you know how you feel. You know how you are. That's it. You know your opinions. Call it a day. That's it. And that's coming from me. The motherfucker that would call out bullshit in Oasis multiple times in a week at a point. When people were just spewing misinformation, spewing a bunch of horse shit, lying out their teeth. And once you catch them, it's like, oh, well, I guess I can be wrong. I guess it happens. Like, nah, you wasting my time. You wasting your own time. You're trying to die in a hill that's a bunch of bullshit. Like, I should know firsthand what it's like to argue with people about dumb shit. And even I took a step back and I'm like, yo, chill. I left that Discord, and in the MetaZoo Discord, I don't really check it. This is all from one day, by the way. I'm not fucking on Discord every day. I don't do that shit anymore. But I will check it from time to time if I'm curious. If I'm really bored, especially, I'm like, fuck it, let's go on there for a little bit. But just kumbaya, motherfuckers. Try to be one. If you don't like a motherfucker, for the most part, just don't say jack shit. If you want to poke the bear, that's fine. I'm all for being petty. But it hits a point where it's like, it's just not worth it. So let's all try to do shit and try to grow as a community together. Yeah, that's about it. I don't got nothing much else to say. I got food coming on the way because I was too fucking lazy to cook. Well, go get food to cook. It's cold outside and I just said, fuck it. This is TMI and y'all don't give a shit. But that's the video, y'all. This is probably the last or second last video of the day. And hopefully by the end of today, there's videos already set up all the way up until end of December. So, yeah. Catch y'all later. Peace.